I'm back. Road Rants for Black and White Sports. We have breaking news. The Miami Marlins, I don't want to say everybody tested positive for the coronavirus, but it's gotten rather strange. The Major League Baseball season right now is sort of in flux. It's in question. There's been strange statements come out now. There was a statement yesterday that came out from Donnie Baseball, Don Mattingly. For full disclosure, I'm a huge Yankees fan. That is my team. Don Mattingly was my favorite player. And Derek Jeter's in my top 10 favorite all-time players ever. So you would think I might be like a pseudo Marlins fan. I'm not. They're a dumpster fire. If you're a Marlins fan, I'm sorry, but yeah, I hadn't been thrilled with the way Derek Jeter has run that franchise, if you want to know the truth. But we know that several players have tested positive, and Jeff Passan said 8 more players and 2 coaches have tested positive. That's in addition to the 4 who were sidelined with positive tests over the weekend. The result is Marlins' home opener against the Orioles had been canceled. The club is remaining in Philadelphia in quarantine. The development is a dire situation, and not just for the home opener, but even for the health of those who have tested positive for COVID-19. As we wrote earlier, it puts the viability of the entire season in question. It also shines the spotlight on Rob Manfred. Rob Manfred alone has the power to cancel games or shut down operations. Yesterday, the Marlins took the field despite more than 10% of the active roster having already tested positive. Wow, that's insane. Already tested positive. How many of those players had close contact with Philly players, with stadium staff, with bus drivers, with hotel staff? These are the questions Rob Manfred is morally and ethically obligated to address. This is from Pro Hardball Talk, by the way, NBC Sports. This is especially true given the multiple doctors characterized the decision to allow the Marlins to play yesterday as irresponsible. So doctors are now officially calling them out. Now, Derek Jeter has issued a statement. The health of our players and staff has been and will continue to be our primary focus as we navigate through these uncharted waters. After a successful spring 2.0, we have experienced challenges once we went on the road and left Miami. Postponing tonight's home opener was the correct decision to ensure we have a collective pause and try to properly grasp the totality of this situation. We have conducted another round of testing for our players and staff, and our team will remain in Philly pending the results of the test, which we expect later today. We will provide additional information as it becomes available. Now, let's go on because we want to talk about Mattingly. But Jeter's claim that health is top priority is hard to square with Don Mattingly's statement from yesterday. After he revealed 4 players had tested positive, we never considered not playing Sunday. We are taking risk every day. It was a statement quickly followed up with an acknowledgement of safety players. But it's hard to see that anything other than the decision top prioritized playing over health issues. I mean, they took notice of those concerns and they played on, right? So 4 players had tested positive, and they decided to go out and still play. Now, I have said the NBA and MLB, it was my opinion that they probably would not make it through the season. Now, Major League Baseball had a better shot of it, and it's because of the commissioner, okay? The NBA is they are sort of on Twitter's hind tit, okay? And Twitter is so, let's just say it, left-leaning that they're going nuts over the coronavirus right now, that I could see Adam Silver being pressured and caving to pressure. Rob Manfred, I'm not so sure, although Major League Baseball has made some statements lately I'm not thrilled with either. But The point is, it doesn't seem like Rob Manfred is tuned into that Twitter sphere. Lately, look, the left-leaning media and Twitter are driving everything right now. Coronavirus, social issues, all that. Like, Twitter is a real thing. People are sitting in their home offices fanning the flames right now of controversy. And the coronavirus can be thrown in that mix. Look, we should absolutely all be cautious and practice everything we're supposed to be practicing. I wear a mask when I go in a store. I'm not thrilled with it. I don't like it. And I didn't do it till they gave an executive order to do it. That's just me. I can tell you in Texas, we don't like that shit. We don't like it. We got certain counties that the sheriffs come out and said, we are not doing that shit. Now, let's move on. We've got other sports going on. NASCAR, golf, MLS. They've all had players test positive. And what I will say about those three organizations, PGA, NASCAR, MLS, they have pushed through it. They have said, we're going to persevere, we're going to push through it. Dana White and the UFC doesn't give a shit. They're fighting. They are fighting. And I hope that Adam Silver, Rob Manfred, will have the same philosophy. If you've got to cut a game, if you've got to cut a team out, and then when that team comes around on the schedule, if you have to move games to the back end of the schedule, you've only got 60 games here. I understand there's a sense of urgency with 60 games. I don't love it. I wish they'd have played 120 and played all the way to freaking December if they had to, or January. Just do it. And schedule all the games down in Arizona and Florida and wherever. Keep it in warmer weather. But, I would have liked to have seen 100 to 120 games personally. But you've only scheduled 60 games. Move those Marlins games, move those Philly games to the back end of the schedule. Play double headers if you have to, but get all your games in. And don't overreact and cancel your season right now. Not only that, the scariest part about this is the NFL is watching. It's been known. Pro Football has talked about it. Mike Florio. They are watching these other two leagues right now. There's a section of us that we can't even decide if we care right now because of social issues. But look, it's, the Major League Baseball's ratings have been pretty good since they've come back. But I've had a theory about that too, just like with NASCAR. My theory is the reason the ratings are so good is everybody's self-contained in the house right now. They are. If you could get out, in a lot of areas, they're in full lockdown. In Texas, we still got some mobility here. So we're not staying in the house. We're social distancing and wearing masks, but we're not staying in the house. We're trying to live life as best we can. Tell me what you think, black and white sports fans. Is the season in jeopardy? How much does the media, Twitter, have to do with MLB and NBA being pressured to cancel their season if there's a little COVID outbreak? Personally speaking, I expected this. I did. Now we'll see, will the commissioners cave to the SCAMDEMIC, or will they play through it and play on? Peace. I'm out. Till next time.